Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Christian Altuve. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm the founder of 0 Degree Story. We are a film production company here in Chicago, and this is the beginning of a new personal series here that I'm starting on LinkedIn, where I'm meeting fellow colleagues, my community members here in Chicago, who I think are doing really outstanding creative things. And today, Benjamin is the founder of Branded World. He brought Legos today, and what his company does, it's essentially a creative agency that helps companies build unshakable brands. And he brought a bunch of Legos today to really guide me through some exercises and really explain to you what a branded world means. So, Benjamin, I would love for you to show us and tell us a little bit more about what it really means to have a world that's branded.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on the show, Christian. I'm super excited. So the whole concept behind Branded World came out of my design career as an urban planner and as a strategic planner for the military. And really what that first experience was when I was in Korea. We landed in Seoul, we're immersed in this Korean culture, we jumped on a bus, we drove for like 2 hours, and we ended up in the middle of nowhere, and then there's this really big impending red brick gate, and it was really kind of like, what is this? And we drive through, we show them our government orders and things, and as soon as we got through that gate, we were transported back to Anytown, USA. Everything within the four walls of this base was kind of branded towards America. It was Americana. Everything from the street widths to the curb cuts to the grass and the sidewalks, all the details of the buildings were American.
Wow.
And so that was really kind of my first inkling into like we're in this branded world. We've literally transported physically from Korea to Americana. And so that's what started this kind of whole path and journey I've been on now for about 3.5 years here in Chicago with my own company.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like just the idea of the fact that now I think what I'm seeing a lot, and even like retail store experiences out here in Chicago itself, I'm seeing shops build a really immersive experience. When you walk into their physical space, it's like you are transported into like their story world.
Yes. And so, yeah, that's exactly right. And so the whole idea with the brand world is that it's not just the physical space, it's also the digital space and how everybody, how your customers find you and interact with you online. They're doing research about your company, about your products and your services, and then making that decision of, do I want to engage with this brand? Do I want this brand to be part of my lifestyle? Whatever the decision-making process is. But the physical space is really important because it creates that tone and that immersion, and it kind of gives you the vibe of whether you want to be in that world or not, whether you want that world to be part of your world and you want to be associated with that world. And that's where all the brand strategy pieces, like, to me, just like light up. I become like this huge branding nerd because everything ties back to brand and psychology and how people experience certain things. And so from a designer standpoint, that's something that really excites me. And so as I've been trying to explain to people what a branded world is and this concept that's very broad and kind of touches on all these different facets, I was building this set that I had gotten as a free gift from the Lego store. And what I realized was this is actually the perfect model or example of a branded world. So you can see from the front, this iconic Lego dragon that pops out is this just kind of, this is what you see at the real Lego stores.
Yeah.
And then also on the top, their iconic 2x4 brick is actually what they use for the lights inside. Wow. So if we were to actually go inside this model, you can then start to see all the different details come alive. So they've got like their 2x4 brick, they've got many modules of their actual sets, and then these depict different sets on the wall that you can choose, and then they have their iconic pick-a-brick wall as well. And so everything within here is just kind of branded to create this world of Lego. And so if you then go back and kind of look at the Lego's vision, and if you look at their mission and their core values and the promise that they give to their customers that set the expectations, everything ties back in. And this is just a really well integrated example of what a a branded world that is thriving
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah, Lego does such an awesome example, and one of the things I love about Ben and myself, I think we both really value play and playfulness, and this is just such a really cool way to like invite that into like an experience. And yeah, I just remembering now as a kid, even going to like Legoland at Disney, and even here the store in Chicago is just like this model where you walk in and like you're buying Legos built on things that are made of Legos, and you're just fully immersed.
Yes.
So this is a great example of like a physical branded space. And now when we talk about like building a personal brand or building like a digital brand, we're not necessarily using physical pieces. It's more there's the idea of building it.
Yes.
And you've got a workshop coming, like this whole Bricks and Brands workshop, and you are also certified by Lego Serious Play.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes. So personally, I'm a huge just Lego fanatic, and I've got a personal collection that's just bursting at the seams pretty much. And so when I discovered Lego Serious Play, it was kind of like my personal hobby and my passion for the past 30 years, and like my work in helping companies develop their brands and shape their values and all these different pieces that build their world, kind of brought them together. And I was just like a kid in the candy store, or me in a Lego store.
Yeah.
And so Lego Serious Play is this radical, innovative, experiential methodology that really kind of cuts to the chase and helps gather deep insights into what the challenge is. Whatever the challenge is, you can use Lego as a tool to kind of pull out these insights that people may be feeling stuck with. And so I use Lego Serious Play in a variety of ways, but like you're talking about, defining your values. One way that I would use Lego is to have you actually take one of your core values and actually build a model of that value.
Cool.
And then kind of start to tell stories and a metaphor about what you built, kind of subconsciously. And then as those things come out, then you kind of can add more depth to that value, and that kind of gives some more definition to that core value through the brand lens that you're building and shaping.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get to do some of that here today?
Yeah, we are. So the first thing I want you to do is there are 6 pieces here, and I want you to just take a minute or two and build a duck.
Okay, a duck with 6 pieces. All
Yep.
right, cool.
Yep.
I'm gonna pause this and just double check with the cam.
All right.
It's still rolling. We're good here. Battery's good. All right, cool. I'm gonna in 10 minutes. I'm gonna get up and do that again.
Cool.
Actually, I want to get a close up. I might need your help for this.
Okay.
So it's already recording. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah. This is that's my duck.
Nice. That's perfect. Okay, and so is your duck doing anything?
It's kind of just standing there.
It's just kind of
It's just
standing
standing there, yeah.
Awesome.
All right,
Yeah. So with these 6 pieces, there are over 9 million combinations
really?
that you can create. And
Wow.
so when doing this in a group setting, you get all these different types of ducks. And the thing is that there's no right or wrong. Every duck is perfect. And then
there's no ugly duckling.
no. And then you start to ask the question, so is your duck doing anything? And you get answers such as like, oh, that's just standing there, or like sometimes it's like, well, this is swimming, and you start to get that breakdown of like the storytelling, and like that kind of comes through subconsciously as we're building with our hands. And 78 to 80% of our thinking actually comes from our hands.
Cool.
And that's part of the theory behind Lego Serious Play and the constructivism theory that building with your hands and thinking with your hands is actually very helps you be much more creative.
Yeah, it channels that. It's a really involved activity where you're using. I feel like I become less distracted.
Yes.
And my mind is totally focused on the activity at hand.
Yes.
Very cool. My duck. Quack. That's one piece for today.
Awesome. Okay, so this is what is called the Explore window pack, and I think it's a really cool title because it's like we're basically going to explore with these bricks, and so you can go ahead and open them. And the first exercise that I want you to do is there's only 2 rules. I want you to use the base plate,
Okay.
which is here. This base plate to start, and then I want you to build the minifigure and place the minifigure somewhere on your tower. So I want you to build a tower and put the minifigure somewhere on the tower.
Okay.
And you have about, I'll time you, I would say about 3 minutes.
3 minutes on the clock, starting now. All right. Actually, we're gonna pause because this is a production cut
Okay.
in real time.
As you were building the tower, did you make up a story in your head as you were building? Kind of take me through your thought process as you were putting this together.
Yeah, this is. I think I was just a lot of memories from my childhood came up when I was originally building this, and I think what I love when it comes to building Legos, like I feel like it's one of the few places in life where I like symmetry, and so I like just was very much building a symmetrical base. And then once I got like halfway through, I was kind of like, I like building a lot of ships and things I think can fly, and so then I was like, oh, I want to like expand the tower here and make it more like long, and then having some sort of like a front and a back, like so I put this little window here, and like that's like my version of like something that can fly.
Gotcha.
And then as I was kind of getting, once I got like past here, I kind of started just really wanting to build like up, and then like just I don't know, it's just like it's really weird thinking my thought process because it felt like I was just thinking symmetrically, how can I keep it symmetrical while having it build up.
Gotcha. And why did you feel the need to go as high as you did, or did you want to go even higher? Was there like a
So originally I wanted to have some sort of like a propeller helicopter thing, and so I think once I got here I realized that I didn't have any propeller wings, so these are like my propeller wings.
Gotcha.
But I think I like having a balance, so I don't want anything to feel like it's lopsided, and so this just felt like a really secure height for me.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, and so let's talk about your minifigure. What is your minifigure doing anything on your model?
Yeah, I think the figure is just overlooking the horizon and looking at what's ahead of the path of the tower. I placed it out in front. I just figured this in my head. I was thinking that this is like, if this is like a tower, this is wherever something is happening, and so it's important for the figure to be visible about whatever's happening out there.
Gotcha.
Versus like looking back or being on top, because then you're just totally exposed, and so kind of in a more like safe, protected area.
Huh. Fascinating. Okay, cool. So now I want you to modify the tower that you've built and make it about the work that you do.
Ooh.
So take a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and then and modify the tower to the work that you do.
Okay. Let me do this again. Cool.
Cool. All right. So tell me about what you built, why you modified your tower in this way.
Yeah, I feel like I totally deconstructed it, and I guess I created my different parts because in my world of as a filmmaker, and really what I think the root of what that is for me is like helping create a space where people can see aspects of their life. And like I built this wall here because I feel like we come across challenges, and then I built this like tower here that represents, there's a pineapple looking thing, the fruits of our labor, and then this like bridge looking figure. And so this right here represents like a safe raft where, you know, this flower looked like a heart, where we can like sit with our hearts and then have all these eyes and seeing the challenges, the accomplishments, and like the bridges in between back and forth, and just being in like a safe space to like look at that about life and being able to like openly and be vulnerable about it. So that's what I was having in mind when I was thinking about, okay, I gotta just deconstruct this tower and like make it into like this miniature little world here.
That's incredible. And so like you help your clients navigate their challenges and get to the fruits of what they're trying to accomplish, and being that bridge between the two.
Yeah, it's almost like even my role is almost the bridge, right? If I'm helping someone share their story, I'm helping them through a conversation, like bridge back and forth and like talk about these kind of hard things that we're talking about.
That's incredible.
That was so, I'm like surprised by what came out of this.
That's why I love it.
Like,
that's why I love this process. Yeah. I mean, just like how naturally the stories and the metaphors all came together. That's your subconscious working as you were building all this without even kind of realizing what it is that you're doing until you start to then share it through
build it.
story.
Yeah. This is super fun. And I like how it's just a small number of pieces, so I felt like I had to just create something with the limitations of having such a small set.
Yeah.
Which was like...
And that kind of speaks to like, you know, as an entrepreneur, you have often limited resources, constraints, time constraints, 100%. All types of stuff, and we have to be very resourceful. So how can we take what we have and make it into what we want?
Yeah. Super awesome. This is so cool. Thanks for guiding me through this.
Yeah, of course. Happy to.
Yeah. Is this like kind of the end of the exercises?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yep. I'd love to maybe give a shout out, like plug your bricks and brands.
Sure.
Yeah, is that cool? Are they gonna get this similar set? Or
it'll be different activities. Everyone will have their own Explorer pack to build with, and then there'll be different activities to build and to share with each other. The idea is to do these activities and to share your stories and talk to people and kind of get to know people on a deeper level.
Yeah. Cool. So okay, I'll just like naturally kind of introduce that and then like allow you to speak about it.
Sure.
Is that cool? But yeah, wow, this was like really, really fun to like play with this and create a world that like represents and try to like represent what it is that I do as a filmmaker and like what my role is in my business through Legos. And this is super fun. And I just saw you launch a new upcoming series called Bricks and Brands.
Yes.
And it looks like you're collecting new signups right now.
Yeah. So I've been having this idea for the past several months, and I finally just put it out there to see what the kind of the universe and my network, how they would respond. And it's so far it's been overwhelmingly positive. And so my first Bricks and Brands event will be November 14th, and I'll share the link in the comments below and with all the details. But it'll be super exciting. It's going to be about 15 people, and we're going to be doing similar activities. And the whole idea is just to kind of have conversations through play.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, look out for that. And if you want to play with Legos and tell stories and meet other people, check out Ben's profile and sign up. Oh man, super cool. Wow, I'm like amazed actually. I'm like this is really, really cool experience.
Good.
Look at all these eyeballs.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's a wrap. I'm hoping, I don't have anything else to say. I'm just making up.
Do we want to get,
we're going to get close-ups.
B-roll? Okay, yeah, close-ups of this and of your duck.
Yeah, the light just